So I'm getting ready to let you listen to the vocals that is mixed, the vocals that I mixed. And I want you to listen to the mix so you can hear how the vocals stand out because of the EQ plugin that I use. I use some other plugins, but today we're just going to focus on the EQ plugin. I don't want to overwhelm you. I want you to know a lot more about the EQ plugin, and let's just focus on this in case you want to go and try on your own dog.
They want me to preach, I preach, just like a teacher teach. I've been eating beats, from that I feed the streets. Cause I can't do the beef, I'ma keep it P. Leave that to G-O-D, that's how I keep my peace. I'ma throw the piece, cause I got joy to reap. God got plans for me, I'm knowing. Had a bad taste for some old friends that had changed of face. I ain't never ever switch up, kept the same faith like Amazing Grace. Hard times got hard, my heart cold, and the street did the same thing. I'ma still ride in that range with this, but please don't change lanes.
Okay, now here's a tip. A lot of times when we're mixing, we think we may need to turn up a certain track. You can't hear a certain sound in a track. You may not need to turn that track up on the volume, like through your actual mix. You may not need to do that. So this is what I'm talking about here. You may not need to turn up your fader. You may not need to do that. A lot of times all you have to do is just change the frequency on that particular track. That's it. Just change the frequency on the track and it'll make that particular track stand out. You may need to add an EQ plug-in and change the frequency if you want that sound to stand out so you can hear it. Here's another tip. If you start out subtracting certain frequencies like the low ends, like you can see here, that's what I did here. I took out the low ends. You start out subtracting certain frequencies, it'll make the other frequencies sound that much better. Because sometimes when you're recording, I don't know, the room may not be treated, or it's just the way the artist was recording the track, the way they were standing, the way they were in front of the mic. I don't know, man. You come up, when we record, we have some surprises sometimes. For whatever reason, you may want to take out a certain frequency and it will enhance another part of the frequencies. So if I were you, I wouldn't start boosting frequencies until I've taken out other frequencies, till I take out what doesn't sound good. To me, it doesn't sound good when his vocals has this much bottom into it. I'm gonna let you listen to it.
Want me to preach, I preach, just like a teacher teach. I've been eating beats, from that I feed the streets. Cause I can't do the beef, I'ma keep it P. Leave that to G-O-D, that's how I keep my peace. I'ma throw the piece, cause I got joy to reap.
Those mids come out sounding great when you take those lows out, that box sound out. And now this is a decent recording. Don't get me wrong, it's a decent recording. But when I take the lows out, his mids really bleed through. And then my 808s, everything else that I want low in this frequency right here, I can put them in this area right here. The 808s, all of that, I can put that in this area right here because I subtracted before I boosted. And you will see, oh, I don't need to boost the mids. Just take out some of the lows and the mids will come through sounding great. Let me show you how I pre-mixed this track. All I did here was take out the mids here. I took out some of the mids and I added a little EQ high frequency right here. That's it. You can see my numbers right here. These are the frequencies that I'm using. These are frequencies that I'm using. The gain is about the same, but you don't have to do a lot. You just want it to sound good on the track. That's all. You want it to sound good on the track, and you want it to sound good through while you're listening to it while it's on solo. Now, I just pre-mixed this because most of the time I send the tracks to the engineer, but I give them an example of what I'm looking for so they can just enhance the sound. If you're at home and you want to mix your own material, you want to mix your own work, that's cool. That's up to you. I think that's okay. It's totally up to you. But if you pre-mix it and get it sounding the way you want to, at least close to what you want it to sound like, you can send it to your engineer and they will enhance it just as much. So I'm going to let you listen to the whole track with everything on there. As you can see here, I have the EQ, I have the reverb, I have the vocal rider, which is a compressor. It allows vocals not to be too high, not to be too low, just sit right in the middle. And then I have my delay right here. So I'll let you listen to the whole track with everything on it, solo and with the music.
They want me to preach, I preach, just like a teacher teach. I've been eating beats, from that I feed the streets. Cause I can't do the beef, I'ma keep it P. Leave that to G-O-D, that's how I keep my peace. I'ma throw the piece, cause I got joy to reap. God got plans for me, I'm knowing. Had a bad taste for some old friends that had changed of face. I ain't never ever switch up, kept the same faith like Amazing Grace. Hard times got hard, my heart cold, and the streets did the same thing. I'ma still ride in that range with this, but please don't change lanes.